12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Hurts throwing right away. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
His tremendous season passing the football, it continues, Charles. That last throw puts him over 4,000 yards now on the year.
And he's still got the rest of November and all of December still to play. So to me, 5,000 yards, very much in play.
And he powers through the first lane, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They'll send Brown in motion right. On first down, Hurts. And that one into the hands of Brown downfield. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead.
Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
To throw is Fields. As this complete to Daniel Bellinger.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A first down carry for Barkley. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles.
A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football.
And the Eagles will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with a football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts.
And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And I think the ball's out.
Well, we know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be 1st, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Sanders shaking and baking, and they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A big pickup there for the Eagles' 1st down, 18 yards.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter.
And the Eagles lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
From the gun, here's Fields.
And this is going to be intercepted.
It's Nakobe Dean with a pick.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all three phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick-6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll go to Barkley again.
And he's across the 45. It'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Fields gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throwing on third down, Fields. Oh, he's going to look downfield for Barkley.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
On is the punter, Townsend, as he gets this one away.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And Sanders has got it complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And he's got his big tight end here.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Hurts.
And this is caught by Watkins.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Hurts.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts going deep here for Watkins. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're witnessing here. 26.
Oh, this is blocked. This is going the other way. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there was a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now, much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown.
Well, Charles, I mean, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline. Or flip it over after that fumble return for a touchdown. Better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first-half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe. But I will say that this one seems pretty secure. And if we continue to see plays like that, I'm going to switch back and say this lead is safe.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And, Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football, just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Here's Fields. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Now Fields.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The Giants' offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
From the 35 on 2nd down,
Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
And this will be a Giants 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Fields now to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Now a 1st down throw. Fields
gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is taken in at the 5. A big play there for the Giants. 44 yards. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he takes it into the end zone for a Giant TD. Saquon Barkley
with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Man open left side is Brown. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
Quez Watkins
in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Eagles continue to pull away here in this first half.
The extra point up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot. Pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out and take pride in your work and try and put something together here in the second half.
Off play action, Fields.
Here's Johnson with a reception.
On the move past the 40.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as a gain of 33. And that play started back at their own 33. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
84 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Fields on 1st down.
Touchdown! Deontay Johnson from 10 yards out.
And the Giants are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead drops from 34 down to 27. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Ready?
They'll go again with Sanders. They find some open field here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Hurts. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
He finds his man, complete. That's Morgan. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 21. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. This will be caught just inside the 10. Touchdown, Eagles. Grant Calcaterra, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. No problem there on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up in.
Daniel Bellinger, incomplete. Results, the 4th down.
Here we go.
They snap it to Fields. Looking deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. And he is going to have the Giants first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Throwing again is Fields. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants.
Deontay Johnson with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Giants get a bit closer. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to throw. It's caught by Sanders. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like, that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I want him out. They tend to leave him in.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 47. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 37. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, 25 yards. And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Giants 21.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Nakobe Dean gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
On second down, here's Barkley. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line.
He's brought down at the 31.
4th down. Fields has to have this one. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. That would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the first down. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided.
Ready, set. Ready.
And they will take a knee here. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Ready.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they've wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they've wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And the Giants will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back. drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. Back to throw. Fields.
He's going to loft one. Deep left side here.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. Picked off by the former Giant, James Bradberry. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Giants will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
On first down, it's Fields. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Now it's Fields. This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And some room to work. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
From the gun, here's Fields.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by the former Giant, James Bradberry. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Philadelphia, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Giants, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints.